descendants continued to improve the lives of the people. They developed irrigation. They built large sailing ships and invented the wheel. Some pursued more effective medicines and farming techniques. The rulers now demanded new weapons with which they could expand their empires. Some good descendants, lured by wealth, designed these. They had been corrupted. In those days, the Illuminati convinced the rulers that they ruled by divine right, that they were gods. These god rulers then decreed that their firstborn should inherit the lineage of divinity. It was in this way that royalty was created and maintained. The Illuminati then installed corrupted descendants as priests, the only ones who could interpret divine law. In this way, the Illuminati imposed their will while remaining hidden. Soon, the god kings demanded that huge monuments be built, which would stand as testaments to the immortality of the royal lineage. These were designed by descendants using the star mathematics and were built by slaves numbering in the hundreds of thousands. Some of these massive structures, which took generations to complete, lasted for tens of thousands of years. Such was the quality of their design. It was during this time that the keeper began ingesting transcendental plants and exploring the many spiritual realms. And while advances on the physical plane would be passed to all the children, it was these spiritual experiences which would be reserved for the firstborn. In this way, the journey to absolute truth would continue unbroken through time. Soon, the members of the hidden society, although intelligent, could no longer think creatively. To overcome this, they mastered the art of taking descendants' creative ideas and applying them in destructive ways. The next step was the imposition of religion on the society. They put forth the idea of an invisible world populated by deities and reinvented themselves as high priests, the only ones who could interpret the will of these gods. They instilled fear in the people as well as the leaders with their warnings of divine wrath. It was in this way that the high priests began to influence the making of laws. They were now the controllers. Over the ensuing centuries, some descendants offered new religious ideas. These were messages of hope and peace, and were quickly accepted by the people. The controllers, however, had long ago learned how to divide and conquer. Knowing that they could not defeat these new ideas, they took them and and created many organized religions. They then instigated conflicts between them. As was always the way, descendants' inventions were turned into weapons. The wheel to chariots, the arrow to crossbows, the lever to catapults, gunpowder to rifles and cannons. The kings discovered the unknown continents and quickly used these new weapons to decimate the inhabitants who had been there for millennia. Few survived. The kings now controlled all of the planet's natural resources. Soon, they created a new nation through which they could eventually conquer all others and install the one planet control system. In less than 300 years, this would come to pass. This new nation was known as the United